Conflicts in the Middle East could be on the verge of a major escalation. U.S. officials believe that Iran is preparing a retaliatory attack against Israel, possibly within hours.
Natalie Brand has the latest from Washington, D.C. As Israel braces for a possible attack from Iran, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited an Air Force base Thursday, warning whoever harms us, we will harm them. A U.S. official tells CBS News it expects a major attack that could include more than 100 drones, dozens of cruise missiles, and possibly ballistic missiles aimed at military targets in Israel. Iran vowed retaliation after a deadly airstrike on its embassy in Syria earlier this month that it blamed on Israel. On CBS Mornings, General C.Q. Brown Jr., the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, said the U.S. is in close contact with Israeli generals.
I talked to my counterpart on a regular basis to help us better see what the threat is, how we should respond, all to make sure that we wouldn't be confident.
Experts on the region worry about a widening conflict.
Things can quickly escalate, tit for tat, missions targeting, and all of a sudden you might have a full-fledged conflict.
George Washington professor Sina Azodi says different political factions in Iran are at odds over a response.
I think these two factions are pushing in different directions. I think the government of Iran wants to find an honorable way out of this.
The U.S. says steps have been taken to protect U.S. forces in the region. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
Or that was related to the report, warning relating to various reports relating to U.S. warrants relating to Iranian strikes. It's imminent. You know what I mean? So various reports. Also, they restricting relating to travel relating to Israel because of the threats relating to Iranian strikes is imminent. You know what I mean? Travel to Israel because of the tensions between Israel and Iran. From a prophetic aspect, Ezekiel 38. You know what I mean? Joel 3. So I'm gonna get some other reports. Let me see what we got here. Shalom, we give all praise, Yahweh Shem Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. Honor his elders, apostles, men, truthful and down relating to truth. This truth of knowledge, so we know this truth of knowledge. The Wadi Yahweh Shem Yoshua for putting the spirit, elders, apostles, men, and truth one down relating to this truth of knowledge, so we know this truth of knowledge. The call Yahweh Shem Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. Give all praise, Yahweh Bashim Yoshua Bashim Rakakadash. I was telling you, restricts travel in Israel and the fears of attacks by Iran. That's News Center, Maine. That was a WT Fit TV related to that video, talking about related to imminent possible war between Israel and Iran. And that has a prophecy, as a matter of speaking. It's a part of those related to Ezekiel 38. Kamala Harris down in Arizona relating to this abortion's rights, talking about. So she down there. You have, let me see, it's just news, various news things. You had an incident in 18-wheeler crashes in Texas, DPS, which is the Department of, let me say DPS, related in Texas. Department of Public Safety, that's in Texas. You have 1 deleted, 13 injured relating to that. And you have, let me see what we got here. There's various news stuff. You had an incident at a high school too, I believe. It's at Dallas High School, some incident. So you're having a lot of incidents happening, man. The Lord's putting us, think not thou come to send peace, but rather division. Think thou not come to send peace. Think not thou come to send peace, but a sword. So the Lord is sending division, the sword. Scripture talks about come not to send peace or send peace. 12:49. Luke 12:49. Let me get it real quick. Yeah, come not to send fire on the earth, it will already be kindled. So the fire, the sword, the vision, so a certain vibration spiritually that's being set forth on the earth, man. The division, the actual sword, judgment, and you have the fire, whether literally or just a vibration relating to the on earth, man. You have let's go back to the news. Memphis police suspect KILLED early morning relating to a shooting incident. You had Texas doctors accused of manipulating transplant list. A transplant list. So doctors manipulated. Job 13:4 relating to let me get it. But ye are forgers of lies, of physicians of no value. So they futile, they useless, man. The medical industry is a bunch of forgers. Forger is what? Falsifying, man. So that will state with that, man. You know what I mean? Go back to that. Forgers of lies, of physicians of no value, man. So manipulate, that's part of that falsifying, you know what I mean? Tweaking the books, you know, fixing it, you know what I mean? Different things, but teens suspect arrested after church mugging. You have yet another report relating to a white man says he don't care if God has stripped with Jerry curl, he will still serve him. So it is relating to that video. So he's playing wordplay, man. He's not saying that he wouldn't worship a man of color, you know what I mean? But he ain't exactly saying he'll worship a God that looks brown skin or black, or so-called black. There ain't no such thing as black anyway. You know what I mean? Just look at your skin color to determine that. Different shades of brown, as Men in Truth going. That goes to social construct 1681. That's just a thing to label you, another form of a byword to label you something that you're not. Nobody's black. Nobody's black. That's black right there, that car across the street. Nobody's that color. And nobody's white like that sign across the street, but that's just another form of byword, something to call you that doesn't label who you are, doesn't categorize who you really are, man. It's just forms of bywords. You know what I mean? Go to 28:37 of Deuteronomy, talk about that. That's parts of that. You call these other names that doesn't identify who you are, man. And like I said, that's wordplay, and pretty much it's a form of wordplay, man. You know what I mean? Because colorism is very important to certain people. Certain people, whether they directly or indirectly, is important. For a certain category of people, to be honest with you, they would rather worship something that looks like more like them. You know what I mean? They ain't gonna say it, but their actions really speak it louder than their words, man. So they really want to worship. I'm talking about certain category group of people. And just call it what it is. So-called white folks. They rather worship somebody that looks more like them than somebody else, man. Whether they won't admit it or not, but that's just the reality, man. That's fact. They, you know what I mean? They might say it's no big deal, but it actually is, because colorism is a big deal. And it's still a major deal. So when they say it don't matter, they're lying. That's wordplay, and plus they're lying, man. All right, let's go to Shalak on that. Even ones who share the same skin color, they have a problem that the Lord is a man of color, man. So how much more these other nations, man? The black churches, so-called black churches, they have an issue with it. You call it out, they ready to fight you, man. They feel a certain way through the spirit. You know what I mean? Scripture talks about Proverbs 28:1. The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion. Scripture talks about they rebuke it at the gates, man, because their deeds are evil, man. They rebuke it at the gates because their deeds are evil, man. You know what I mean? So if they have a problem with it, definitely the other nations will, man. You know what I mean? Remember, they offered them up to be pre-offered to be crucified, where the Romans who crucified them, man. They hated him because he was a righteous man, man. So if they hated him, you know these other nations hate him, man. All right, let's get let me see where I was at. Let me go back. I had to say that through the spirit, so Shalak about, you know, went off the course a little bit. You have Ukrainian war still continue, Russian strikes. They annihilate key power plant in Kyiv. And you have businesses, report businesses are leaving NYC due to the migrants. A lot of businesses are leaving New York. So pretty much New York is, you know, has somewhat some issues and racial issues, man, in New York. The migrant influx, migrant scuffle in with NYC. Plus, you have businesses leaving there as well, man. You have an let's see, we have. What you have? The report here that price of gold should be sounding alarm bells at Federal Reserve related to increase of gold. Talk about that. That's a Forbes report. You have related to the trial. Let's see. OJ. The ones relating to Nicole Brown's, OJ's ex-wife, the family of that, they're probably going to seek relating to OJ Simpson's estate to see if they can try to get, you know, pursue that. You know what I mean? So, you know, you have what else we have? Various news reports. So don't want to. That's a few relating to that. Let me get back. Let's see if that was it. But the major thing is to keep an eye on relating to Iran-Israel, because that could be imminent war, man. You know what I mean? That's a very important thing to keep an eye on, man. You know what I mean? Retaliatory type, you know, it could be an imminent threat related to Iran and Israel. So, the first woe has passed, and the second and third thereafter. The second woe is passed, and the third woe coming quickly, man. You know what I mean? 9, 12, 11, and 14 of Revelations. Prepare the mighty men of war, man. Repent the Gentiles relating to Joel 3, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So even the weak must fight, man. So these nations are preparing. Joel 3, 9 on down. These nations are preparing relating to, you know what I mean? This could be a possible war, man. World War 3 is imminent. We are already in the stages. You know what I mean? Precursor. But nuclear, when it's full blown, would it be nuclear, man? Then you'll know certain things will be manifested. But we in the curses of it. We in the stages that's being set. Different stages being set, man. Relating to these nations, man. And that being said, this is Zayah Wood. I hope this helps relating to information. Give all praise, Yahweh Shem, Yahshua Shem, Zayah Wood.